Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters, and welcome to another episode of Hadith Weekly, where I share with you traditions from the Holy Prophet and his immaculate family. So the hadith that I'd like to share with you this week is a tradition from Imam Musa al-Kadhim alayhi salam, where the Imam says, ثَلَاثَةٌ يَسْتَظِلُّونَ بِظِلِّ عَرْشِ اللَّهِ يَوْمَ لَا ظِلَّ إِلَّا ظِلُّهُ. There are three types of people who will be under the shade of God on the Day of Judgment, on a day when there is no shade but His shade. Now, in the Holy Quran and in many ahadith, you find that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Holy Prophet and the Imams of Ahlul Bayt use the word shade as a metaphor for comfort and ease. It's because the Holy Quran was revealed in 7th century Arabia. The Imams of Ahlul Bayt, their primary audience, at least initially, were the Arabs. And the Arabs used to travel through the deserts, under the scorching sun. So you can imagine that shade was very important to them. It was seen as a way to protect themselves from the dangerous rays of the sun. It was a place that offered them some relaxation, some relief. Now the Day of Judgment is obviously a day of difficulty. It's a day of hardship. So the word shade is indicative of a type of protection that is offered to certain types of people. So the Imam says there are three types of people who will be given divine protection on the day where there is no protection but God's protection. The first is رَجُلٌ زَوَّجَ أَخَاهُ الْمُسْلِمِ, a person who arranges the marriage of a fellow Muslim. Now, brothers and sisters, we often hear lectures about the importance of marriage, but that's not enough. We know that it's difficult for people to get married. So therefore, there's a need for some people in our community to rise to the occasion and actually help people get married. If you're able to facilitate the marriage of a fellow Muslim brother and sister, you will be among the ones who is given divine protection on the Day of Judgment. And assistance can come in the form of helping them find a suitable spouse, financial assistance, or even emotional support. Number two, the Imam says, أَوْ أَخْدَمَهُ. The second type of person that is granted protection is a person who serves other Muslims. And you notice that the Imam doesn't say helps, because sometimes you can help a person, but you do it in a way that is demeaning, that's condescending. You make that person feel indebted to you. You make them feel low in front of you. You do it in a way that compromises their dignity. But the Imam uses the word أَخْدَمَهُ, meaning that you should assist people in a way that preserves their dignity. You don't make them feel indebted to you. You do it in a way that guards their dignity. And then finally the Imam alayhi salam says, أَوْ كَتَمَ لَهُ سِرًّا. The third type of person that will be under the shade of God's throne on the Day of Judgment is someone who conceals the faults and the shortcomings of others. Unfortunately, my dear brothers and sisters, we live in Muslim societies where the moment someone discovers a shortcoming or a personal failure, it's broadcasted throughout the community. You find that one of the most beautiful attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is that He is Sattar al-Uyub. He is the concealer of shortcomings. And if we're going to claim to be true servants of Allah, we should also adopt this quality of being concealers of other people's faults. If we want Allah to conceal our faults, we should actively conceal the personal shortcomings of our fellow Muslim brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters, thank you so much for giving me a few minutes of your time. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.